Hi, shiny stars. For this exercise, we're going to add in a couple of new prefixes. We're going to work with IN and IM. Now, what do those prefixes mean? Fortunately, they both mean the same thing. They mean not. We have another prefix that we learned before this that also means not. Do you remember what that is? Take a second. Remember, if we have this root word, agree, if we have that base word, what do we put in front of it to mean to not agree? Hopefully that helped you out a little bit. Disagree. That also means not. So it's going to depend on the word which prefix you use to make it mean not. Okay? So, for example, we have disagree. You're not going to use in agree. That just doesn't even sound like a real word because it's not. Okay? We're not going to use im agree. That doesn't work either. So we have three prefixes that mean not. We have im, in, and dis. Okay? So let's take a look. Today we're going to primarily just focus on im and in. Now I have a little clue to help you out. If they all mean the same thing, how do I know which one to use when? Well, IM, we are going to use IM in front of words that start with this letter. There's three of them. If the word starts with a B, an M, or a P, you're going to use the prefix IM to get the opposite. It means the opposite. Who remembers what it means to mean opposite meaning? What does that mean? What was that word we learned? Not a synonym, but the antonym. Right. So you can use this to get the antonym of these words. Okay? Here's your worksheet for today. Prefix IN, IM. Read each base word. We're going to add the prefix. It's going to give it to us. And then we need to write the new word and its meaning. Okay, that's why we learn a lot of these prefixes. And if you didn't know, a lot of these prefixes that we use come from a long time ago in an old dead language called Latin. When you go into 5th grade at Basis, you're going to learn Latin. My son Riley takes Latin classes right now. It's not easy, but it's good to know. Helps with science a lot. So, let's take a look. Active. Our prefix is in. What is our new word? What does it mean? The prefix goes before or after? Pre means before. So we're going to write in there inactive. So what is our new meaning of this word? We have a new word. Changes the meaning of that word when you put on a prefix, right? So if we have active, we know what it means to be active. And then now you're inactive. What does it mean to be inactive? Not active. Okay, take a look at the next example. Visible. If we have visible, and then you put the prefix in front of that, what do you have? I want you to write it down. And then when you're done with that, go ahead and write the new meaning of that word. Say it out loud. I want to skip down and do one with I am with you. Okay, so I'm going to skip down to the very first one. Patient. If our prefix is I am, I'm going to put that in front of patient. Write my new word. You shouldn't misspell the word patient because it's right there for you. Make sure you're copying the word correctly. Impatient. What does it mean to be impatient? We know what it means to have patience, right? So what does it mean to be impatient? Right? Sometimes we get impatient when we're waiting for dinner, when we're really hungry. Not patient at all, right? Not patient. You're in a hurry. Okay, so I'm going to let you do perfect and measurable on your own. I'm going to let you do visible and definite on your own. But take a look down here what it wants us to do. Write a sentence for each word above with a prefix. Okay? Make sure your sentence shows the word's meaning. So we need to make sure that we're using context clues to help give our reader an idea to show me that you know what the meaning is. So if our new word is inactive, then let's write a sentence using the word inactive. I'm going to write one down. If I'm inactive, Miss W is inactive today. She is, oh, you ready? She's being lazy. Oh my goodness. If Miss W doesn't get up and do anything today, maybe I'm being a lazy day. Laying around in my PJs. Take a look at the next one. Let's write a sentence with M. Impatient. So, if we're impatient, then let's use that in a sentence. I am impatient when it is time for dessert. Do you get impatient when it's almost time to eat dessert? Ooh, I do. Miss W has a sweet tooth. I like my sweets. I am impatient when it is time for dessert. Means I want it right now, not later. I want you to do the rest of your worksheet all by yourself, and you can go to the very next slide and check and see what kind of sentences Miss W came up with.